I usually tend to like watching people that are very engaged and passionate about their craft or their subject matter. And I just felt like this piece was incredibly informative in terms of not just the information, but the kinds of people and the types of mentalities they have towards this work, preservation of nature, and sort of integrating humanity with nature in a healthier way, and sort of reorienting humanity's relationship with nature. And I think the subject or the thematic approach of basing that from soil in itself, the very dirt itself, I think is quite important because it's something that's underappreciated, not understood well, and normally in our civilized world, it's dirty and something you want to avoid. So I thought it was interesting that they were able to turn that on its head and showing the value and the sort of miraculous nature of nature and of life itself, and how soil and the earth participates in that process. So I thought it was well done, very beautiful, great mix of images, editing, pacing, and music that I thought worked quite well, and a consistent narrative approach that I thought tied everything together.
A teaspoon of soil contains more living organisms than there are people on Earth. Soil is the basis of our existence. It's the basis of this feature film, of this nature documentary. We get these really intimate close up shots within the cinematography, and it makes your skin crawl. If you're not one for insects and bugs, you really do get this. We follow the life of many different microorganisms that live beneath the surface. The story here really does dive in, like I just said, like what lies underneath. And we dive into not only, composting, agriculture, just our way of life. Uh, Continuing on, we also dive into how fungi is a power source within our universe, and how it sort of takes advantage of the life that surrounds it and gives it a sense of you need me in order to keep living.
The shots of the soil that like I'd never seen before, like as far as like the zooming into the microscopic level and seeing all of the crazy world that is just in dirt, that lives inside dirt, like microscopic vibes, was endlessly fascinating. And that it gave me a new perspective on soil and like what that like is and what it's made of and what's all in it and how, what goes on in there. Because I was just seeing dirt, but like there's a whole world down there, full of activity and life. And to bring that to somebody, to put that in somebody's face is like takes skill and was it was interesting and entertaining. And then also I liked the like, especially goes back to the Planet Earth vibes where it's like the super sped up time lapse vibes where it was like that allows you to see things that you wouldn't normally see because you can't just sit there and watch a plant grow. But when you speed it up, it like adds so much. It's to like our understanding of plants and our understanding of life and how all of that and biology and all that, how that works.
You're right on it. Viewing this life cycles. I'm very curious how it was shot. Some cases it does seem a bit like a time lapse. So I'm wondering if they set the cam up and over the course of time just got as much footage as they could from whatever particular time to whatever particular time, and this footage is reviewed to create this piece. I also would be curious if it was time lapse, how much footage had to be um, captured, because it does seem like a lot of the things that we saw in imagery seem to be elapsing over a period of time. We're seeing sort of a life cycle in real time, and so to capture that, I'm assuming would have taken a long time. Overall, this piece is about understanding of the biodiversity of microorganisms and under global change. Um, it's important to map out what's happening under the earth because we map out what's happening everywhere else as far as in the air and in the water, but there isn't enough exploration of how this global climate change is driving what is happening under the earth. You know, overall, I get the sense with this is that healthy soil leads to healthy crops, which leads to healthy people.
A whole new world of detailed textures with high-resolution images for scientific research for plants, the soil they're growing, the fungi, and their symbiotic dynamics, fungal networks, and underground CO2, insects, nematodes, microorganisms, the decomposition process seen on these high-quality ultra-microscopic lenses. Definitely a whole different universe that holds everything tight like invisible glue. Magnificent footage and so entertaining to see all this. It's a whole new universe. I was amazed. It was a very interesting, very dynamic. All the things are tied up, linked together, and depend on each other.
Get more people involved and get young people involved and children involved in the preservation of soil and dirt ecosystems. I think it was really cool. I think it was really informational. I think it was fun. I think getting into the creepy crawlies is fun, and you've shown that it's so much more than just that. But I think creating that community on screen really helps foster a community of other people who want to get involved off screen. So with the viewers and everything. And I think that's really fun.
I love that they bring children in to see what they're doing. They might be relatives or a school group. It wasn't really made clear, but it was the fact that they're trying to keep children interested in soil and dirt, because I know a lot of them do think these are just like worms and everything else are just creepy crawlies and ilk. But they do serve a purpose, and that's what this documentary showed. Everything that's in the soil does serve a purpose. Even the microorganisms that we can't see, it's all there. And this documentary was very educational on exactly what's in our soil and why it's there. Because a lot of times we do things like pesticides and stuff to get them out, and really it shows that it's harming the dirt, that we should actually just leave these things.